ex said I'd never find better, so I married his brother. Brandon broke up with me at his company's annual holiday party, right in front of the dessert table where everyone could hear. He announced to his coworkers that I was holding him back from reaching his real potential, and that I'd never find anyone as ambitious and successful as him. He actually gestured toward the crowd and said, "Look around, these are the kind of people I need to be networking with, not wasting time on someone who doesn't understand my vision." I was mortified. His brother Mason happened to be there for work. Turns out he just transferred from corporate headquarters as the new regional director. Brandon had mentioned his brother was coming, but conveniently forgot to mention Mason was now his boss. Mason heard every humiliating word and looked absolutely mortified by his brother's behavior. 2 weeks later, I get this text from an unknown number. "Hi, this is Mason, Brandon's brother. I know this is weird, but would you be willing to grab coffee? I feel like I need to apologize for what happened at the party. My brother was completely out of line. I almost delete it. The last thing I need is more drama with Brandon's family." But something about the message feels genuine, not pitying. So I agree to meet at this little cafe downtown. Coffee turns into a 3-hour conversation. Mason's nothing like Brandon. He doesn't name drop or brag about his position. Instead, he asks about my work as a graphic designer, actually listens when I talk about my freelance projects. When I mention I've been hiking to clear my head after the breakup, his eyes light up. Turns out he's been looking for hiking partners since moving to town. Coffee becomes weekend hiking trips. Mason knows all these hidden trails around the city. We talk about everything: books, travel dreams, our completely different childhoods. He tells me Brandon always got the attention growing up by being the loudest person in the room, while Mason preferred staying in the background. He's genuinely successful, runs a whole region, but doesn't need to announce it to feel important. We're careful to keep things quiet. Mason doesn't want Brandon thinking he's trying to get back at him, and I definitely don't want the drama of dating my ex's brother. But after 3 months of secret hiking dates and long phone calls, we're both falling hard. Then Brandon starts getting cocky at work. Mason tells me Brandon's been bragging to anyone who'll listen about his major upgrade girlfriend, some influencer he met at a networking event. Apparently Brandon keeps saying his ex was dead weight, who couldn't keep up with his lifestyle. Mason's hearing all this secondhand from other employees who don't know about us. The breaking point comes during Brandon's quarterly performance review. His numbers are terrible. He's been spending more time on Instagram posts about his entrepreneur mindset than actually working. At the company meeting, Brandon's presenting his dismal quarterly results to the entire sales team, making excuses about market conditions. Mason stands up in front of everyone and calmly announces that Brandon's being demoted from senior account manager to entry-level sales associate. The room goes dead silent. Brandon's face turns bright red as he stammers, asking why this is happening now, in front of everyone. Mason, in his most professional voice, says the company needs people who understand what actually matters. Results, not self-promotion. Then he adds, "Speaking of what matters, I'll be taking a personal day tomorrow for something very important." Brandon's still processing the demotion when Mason picks me up the next morning in his car. We drive straight to City Hall with 2 witnesses Mason arranged, his college roommate and my best friend Lena, who's been secretly rooting for us since our second hiking date. The ceremony takes 15 minutes. We're both grinning like teenagers as we sign the papers. Mason had bought me this simple, perfect ring the week before, saying he'd been carrying it around waiting for the right moment to propose properly. But City Hall felt right for us. Brandon finds out we got married when Mason updates his emergency contact information at work. HR sends out the routine notification about employee contact changes, and there's my name listed as spouse under Mason's profile. According to Lena, who heard this from Brandon's coworker, Brandon stared at his computer screen for a full 5 minutes before calling Mason's office. Mason let it go to voicemail. The best part? Mason's now Brandon's direct supervisor, which means Brandon has to see him every day, and I'm officially his sister-in-law, so Brandon has to see me at every family dinner, holiday, and birthday party for the rest of his life. At Christmas dinner last month, Brandon's parents kept asking me about married life, while Brandon sat there picking at his food. His influencer girlfriend spent the whole dinner taking selfies and asking people to tag her. Sometimes the best revenge isn't planning anything at all. Sometimes it's just being genuinely happy with someone who actually deserves you.